Let me ask you something. Do you also get inspired when you travel to places? And do you also get the urge to make something out of it? Yes, I traveled and I also got inspired. I got inspired when I traveled to Ajanta and Ellora, and I also got the urge to make something out of it. I was inspired and filled with energy to make something when I visited Ajanta and Ellora caves, and that gave birth to this unreal project. I kept thinking what I can make out of this journey, and one day I made this image, which is right here somewhere. But I wanted to make something even better than this, and that thought sparked this idea, which I am sharing it with you guys now. Sorry for not being consistent on this channel, but here I am again now with a new world I created in Unreal Engine. So, without wasting more time, let's dive right into how I made this project step by step. Before jumping into Unreal Engine, I will be showing you guys how I textured and exported my 3D assets for Unreal Engine. And this is how your asset will look when you make it in 3D code. This is without the texture. Now I'll show you how to proceed with the texture part. You go to paint and there is layer, just like Photoshop. You add one another layer and all your texturing will be happening in this. So what we need to do is, so as you can see, brush tool is here, and if you start painting it will show you the color, but we don't need the color. We need our image textures, which we are going to now set up. So for that we need to go to this tab, which is for smart materials, and we will click on plus sign. So going to this is going to help us make our new texture, and we will name it rock 01. All right, and yeah, so here are all the three textures you need to place here. So I have my textures ready, so make sure before proceeding you have your textures handy. So now I'm just going to click on that rock texture 1. It's going to import. As you can see in this smart material preview, your image texture is already visible, but now we need a normal map or a depth map. So for that I'll use bump map. I'm not sure normal map works or not, but it gives me some error for some reason. And for roughness I'll choose my roughness map. Here we go, and we are going to hit save. So yeah, this is how you set up your texture materials, and now you can freely paint however you want, right? Or maybe you can just fill it out with the fill tool. Nice. Yep, nice and easy. And now I will show you how to export this. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to go to sculpt again, and we need to go to file, export, decimate, and auto UV map. So this will do all the UV map you need for your uh, object. And I have all these settings. You can see you don't need to decimate it much because we are going to convert this asset into a nanite asset anyway in Unreal Engine. So yeah, 4K texture, your file location, and yeah, pretty much the same for everything. And you just click OK, and it will start the process. And that will take some time. I have already exported. I'll show you how it looks in Unreal Engine. So this is how it looks in Unreal Engine. I have done the same process for every asset. Let me show you. To import, you just need to create a folder, right click and select this option. It will open a window, and you just need to uh, select the files which you need to import. Just select the obj and it will do everything itself. You will have your textures and your material like this, and I will suggest you take a look at your material, and you might need to change your specular or roughness in Unreal Engine. That is a little bit easy to do in Unreal Engine rather than 3D code. And now that we have our assets ready, let's start building the level in Unreal Engine. Before our final stage, we are diving into whiteboxing prototype. Believe it or not, all we need is a cube, just a cube. Watch as we lay the groundwork of our environment, starting from scratch. Subscribe for the journey. So first we make a cube and we change the shape of it so that we can play with it and make a floor plan basically. And we will start laying on our groundwork here, and also additionally starting with characters for the scale purpose and adding some pillars here and there. I have planned it in a way so it doesn't look random. So keep in mind to plan out your level and environment first and then play with all this. Otherwise, you will be stuck into a loop of playing around. Making the floor a little bit bigger, and as I was making this, I realized I need to scale up the place a little bit. It was feeling a little claustrophobic, so later on I added additional floor and kind of spread it out a little bit further so that it feels a little bit bigger. And here I started working on my walls so we don't have any additional lighting leaking through our environment. And when I'm mostly done with the white boxing stage, I start with the lighting. And for the lighting, I always look for the shapes, how they make and how they lead my eye towards the focal point. When I am happy with the lighting, I start populating the environment with the 3D assets I already have. I would like to mention here that there are assets that I have already built in 3D code, but additionally there are few 3D assets which I am using from Epic Marketplace. And a very important information I want to give you guys is on monthly basis Epic gives away 5 free 3D assets or some blueprints or something else. So here right now I am spreading out the 3D asset which I have already found on Epic Marketplace, which was for free. And when we proceed with our level, it looks something like this. And now I am trying to add my pillars which I have made in 3D code, scaling it according to my level and how I planned so that it feels bigger. And similarly, I have also spread out all the 3D assets which I have and which we can see in the environment. And right now I am playing with the fog so that we give this massive place a little bit of environment. It is up to you guys where you want to place your fog and how you want to light. There is no single way of doing it. I had sunlight leaking through the ceiling, and I also had to give it additional point lights and rect lights so that my environment doesn't feel black in some places. So now you guys know how I created this project, and I hope you guys have learned something from it. Only thing you need actually is to stick with your references, stick with your planning, and that will get you there for sure. Play around with the light, play around with the atmosphere, make your level interesting, and when you feel your environment has reached its potential, play with the camera, be the director in the chair, make what you imagine, and show what you see. If you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much for watching, and please do subscribe and support this channel so that I can continue and making more videos on Unreal Engine and probably more different topics in future. So thank you and goodbye. Oh wait, and please enjoy these final shots.